Hey everyone. So I came across this article from the Atlantic and it says here marrying down costs educated women $25,000 a year. A less educated husband can spell financial ruin, especially for Black women. I read this article about a couple of days ago and I thought this was really, really interesting with you all. Man, this internet is acting crazy. Hey, Jody and Bernard. Hey. Hi. Yeah, so I came across this article. Yeah. They featured this really interesting professor. He was at, let's see, Duke University. But yeah, I'll link this in the chat and you guys can check it out for yourself. But it's something we don't talk about as often as we should. And if you guys want to come in on the conversation, you can. I'm gonna send you my link right here. Let me see. Okay, Jerome, you all talk. You can come on live if you want to. I sent my link. But Jerome says Black women not getting married at all. Here's the link if you'd like to join the conversation. But yeah, I mean, I find this very prevalent in the Black community. It's not like that in all other ethnicities and groups, but apparently with us, this is a thing. I should come over to Jessica X after this. Oh, I know she's doing the little, Jerome, I already know she's doing the little video on the WAP video in Kylie Jenner. I know. I saw the notification. But anyway. So I'm going to start just reading some of the article. It says it's widely known that low educational attainment, neighborhood racial segregation, and a biased criminal justice system are detrimental to Black Americans' ability to climb the economic ladder. But Richard Reeves, a policy director at the Center on Children and Families at Brookings, has found that marriage also plays a part. And I mean, marriage is still the number one way for women to get rich in America. I mean, the country, one of the developed in Western countries where gender equality is much better than the rest of the world. And yet and still, marriage is the number one way for women to get rich and in the top 1%. I recently saw a Times article explaining that later. So if you are a woman and your marriage prospects are poor and low quality, then the odds of you rising up the socioeconomic ladder is also low. So this is something that we really need to talk about more. We don't do it. As a community, we don't do it. So I thought this article was really interesting and thought-provoking in that way. Okay. So I'll just start off with this article. It says Asian women were most likely to marry outside of their own race, followed by Asian men, and an Asian man who married a white woman held the highest median income, around $71,000, according to the Pew study. Black women, however, were among the least likely to marry outside their own race. That wouldn't mean much, except when we consider that Black men have one of the lowest educational attainment rates. Okay. And so they've started to feature this economist named William Darity Jr. from Duke University. Apparently, he's an he teaches economics. He's an economics professor and an African American history professor. And he goes on to explain here that there's also triple dimension of issues Black women have to deal with. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Chris Marsh that said that. He's an associate professor of sociology and demography at the University of Maryland. One, they have a low, and I quote this, out of marriage rate. And 2, if they do marry a Black man, they're more likely to marry someone less educated than themselves. And the other thing that's interesting is that Black women are much more likely to not marry at all. And then Marsh explains that the onus doesn't fall on Black women, though. In general, Black Americans face substantially higher rates of poverty than whites, 17 times lower wealth, as well as higher rates of incarceration. Blacks, by and large, attend the country's worst schools and are likelier to drop out before graduation, which has contributed to an environment where Black children are more likely to be born into poverty and where they are much less likely to escape it. And where it really matters is, let's see, DJ Moss, hey. I know, right? This is pretty sad. This is pretty sad stuff, but I'll continue to read. I think he hits home here. He says, according to the science, the best way to ensure a financially stable future is to get an education. Another way is to choose a partner who has one too. And it says, another way is to choose a partner who has one too. In economist Argo, this is called assortative mating. And it says here, assortative mating has increased inequality because the rate at which a man with a college degree marries a woman with a degree has doubled in the past 40 years, leaving those too poor to afford college to marry someone else who has never attended. But anyway, let's see. It says here that all in all, educated women that are not able to marry someone who is also educated, this usually costs them $25,000 a year. It says here, right here, a white or Black woman who marries someone less educated will suffer a household income of $25,000 less a year because educated Black women more frequently marry a less educated man. The income deficit affects Black families more often. I'm done with this article. I guess my question to you all is, what's the solution? Like, really, like, what's the solution? Like, it seems as though Black women have been holding down the fort for a very, very long time alone. I don't think they can do it all by themselves anymore. Is marrying out the solution? Is Black women dating more non-Black men the solution? What's the solution? Okay, but I'll just leave this here and let me know, leave a comment and check out the article. I put it in the chat and we can talk about this in the comment section. So, bye.